I guess God works in mysterious ways and wonders to perform. Because if you folks had went forward with this tonight, you put yourself in a quagmire that you could come back and be sued, quagmire, whatever it is. You could be sued because, first of all, you need a law director. And that law director, it says on their test. That test means that was approved by the law director. Everything was up snuff. He can't do it. And you can sit here and let him talk. He want to talk, and when he gets up and walks out here, it's a disrespect to the citizen, and we sit back and we take it. And if he doesn't want to be here, then get out. Let's put him out of here.
Get him out of here. That's right.
I mean, it doesn't make no sense. And the other thing, I know we just getting into coming up to Black History, but yesterday it celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. Dr. King, Shuttleworth, Abernathy, Rosa Parks, and I can go on down the list naming them, turning over in their grave, and they come here and they see us acting like this. This is what I died for? Is this what I shedded blood for? This is what I was whipped for? Dogs sick on me? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. We're taking us back instead of going forward. In the cities, you're taking money that should be going to help people keep the stock of homes that we have in the city. You're putting it everywhere else, but instead of giving it and helping the people in the city. We paying our taxes, and we're going to demand something. We're going to demand some service. And you're either going to do right or if you can't do it, get out, just go.
Thank you.
And then I will say this, and this is going to be my last. You're working this woman here to death. One person up there. You shot yourself in the foot. How did you do that? You let somebody take your money and you give it to someone else to operate your branch of government. It doesn't make any sense. Woman that's sitting up there, she got to answer the phone. Direct. Now you call the council's office. You need to call you. You have a council. You're the one you representing us. Why you got to call her to go to get you? Every council up here, you know that's your responsibility. That the citizen call you if they need you. And if the service is not being provided, they call you. Not calling her. She's doing everything else up there. So how can she do the work effectively? You're going to burn her out. Then you won't have nobody.
Thank you.
You can't hire nobody because you say you got a hire and freeze on. She got the thing.
I said thank you.
You reached for that gavel.
No, I wasn't. I was sitting
I'm
here.
just calling as I see it.
Right.
And I'm speaking from experience. I'm not speaking for what I think. I've been here, sat here, been here. Been here for some of you knew there was East Cleveland. But sat here, know how government works. And then when we got down to one clerk, we came in to aid and assist her. That's what we did. You're working a woman to death. She can't say it, I can say it. You can't fire me, but I can fire you.
Thank you very much, Mr. O'May.
I want to say good evening to the councilman and ex-mayor.
Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. Mr. Harris said he had to go because I was going to go to Reverend over 105. They have that DJ something.
The listening thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And so that's where he had to go.
All right.
So
Thank
let
you.
the record reflect that I did tell him why he had to leave.
Thank you.
I want to say good evening to the councilman and mayor of the city of East Cleveland. My name is Waddell Townsend. I live at 1654 Glenmore Avenue. What I want to say to our councilman for this city and the citizens of this city, you all got to draw your resources together and come more together and understand what's going on. You can't let this city run wild like it's doing. You all is the chief, the councilman. And you're supposed to draw all your warriors together. And if they're not together, you want to know why and get them out of there. You have to work as a team, from the mayor to all the councilmen. If you all don't get together as a team to run this city, we're never gonna get out of this condition. They're doing stuff here. Half of them don't even know what's going on. What kind of councilman is this? The councilman, you all have just as much authority as your mayor. If things ain't right, call a meeting. Get it right. Because you cannot run a city if you're not pulling together. And I want to say to you again, I hope that we can get these trucks because we have a lot of older people in this city. A lot of our streets are backed up with snow and what have you. We need more streets open in the main drags. Yeah. We got a lot of older people in these side streets. We get these big snows, the mud and the wagon cannot get in there, and they just plowing up and down the main street. And what about these people coming out the side street? We need them plows as soon as possible. Do all you can to get them in there so we can get some of these side streets open, because we got most in this city is senior citizens and sick people. And we need those snow plows. That's on the agenda number one. And the next thing we should do, be careful what they do and pull together. This is your main problem here in this city. You all got to call meetings and get together. If the mayor don't get together, do something. Brother Martin been here. He's about one of the oldest councilmen up here. He was here when I came. You know what's going on. Now it's up to you to do something. Stop letting them push you around here and talking this. He just got here. He don't know what's going on. No offense to you, brother. Get them together and do something. Thank you.
Terry Toll-Free, 14511 Cherish Road, East Cleveland, Ohio. I also actually live in the city, and when the mayor alluded to people paying taxes, I believe it was my aunt and uncle. That's where I have a house. They bought the house on Terrace and came in the summer of 1969. I think it was the early 1970s. I heard the amount of people paying actual property taxes then was like 30%. Evidently, we haven't improved any, and I'm one of the people are paying taxes by the month. And as I've said at this podium more than once, I don't like for folks to take my money or my vote for granted. And even though we're going through what we're going through, and Black History Month is coming up, anybody knows me, I talk about black folks stuff and slavery stuff all the time. We look rather sad if we can't afford an American flag in front of this building.
That's a shame. That's right. That's right.
Charles Home, 15808 I got so many things to say. You know where to start. But first I want to say...
31 years. I've never seen it.
How many minutes again? 3 minutes.
Okay,
Start your timer.
okay. First thing, how can people get in touch with the council? You call the office and nobody can say, well, it's her number, it's her number, his number, whatever. Do none of y'all have any telephone?
Yes. Everybody. My people run over there, calls me at home, 8:30 in the morning.
But did you give the council permission to give them my phone?
Yes.
So all you councilmen do that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's number one. Number two, that light on Forest and Euclid. Now, I just can't believe what I heard. They said it was sabotage, and that there are people giving out tickets for people running through there. Now, this is very hard for me to fathom that somebody would sabotage that light because they do that. I know most of these newer lights, they work by remote, and you know, you can set them to do whatever you want to do. And they tell me that they set them to do that, and some people keep rolling, they give them the tickets, which I don't know. I know a lady told me that the police stopped her there, and she told him, and he let her win. But if I understand it, they've been giving people tickets, and they've been coming up here, and they've been had to pay for them. I don't know whether any of y'all know about that or not. Now, number two, y'all talking about the budget. Now, here's what I can't understand, and I've been going through this with all you know, different peoples in there. If you all have a budget, y'all don't have no control over your budget. Because if you did, you all could pay your all bills, well, so as the mayor pay his bills. If you all give him control of the money that you all supposed to have at y'all budget, then y'all have no control over it, then y'all don't even need no budget. Y'all don't need no telephones either. See? I don't even know what, do y'all get y'all salary paid? They pay y'all $2 or $3? But y'all ain't got no phone. Got nobody that work in the clerk's office but the assistant. I don't know whether she's the clerk now, whatever title it is. But y'all gave up one whole salary. That goes back. And a lot of stuff that y'all need in there for is paperwork and stuff like that to say y'all don't have. Where did that money go? Y'all must don't have no control over your own budget. If you did, you all could say, well, okay, one person leave, we replace him with somebody else, which y'all haven't done. You know, these things, it puzzles me that y'all can sit up here and say we are the legislative branch of the government, which when I went to school, and maybe I'm different, I heard different, but it's the most powerful branch of the government. Do they have what about the court system of East Cleveland? Do he have a control over the money that he have in his budget? Or do we have to go through the mayor and make the checks out for him?
The mayor did.
Huh? The mayor pay him? You know, these things that puzzle me. I don't know. I ain't Mr. Mays. I don't know everything. But I ask questions, and I never get no answers properly. You know, not that y'all don't know, I don't know whether y'all know about it or not. But the only thing they always told me, if you want to kill a snake, cut his head off. And the people in this city is the boss. Not y'all, not the mayor, this people. They can get him out of there right away. And they just won't do it. So this is why that I backed off and stopped even coming to council meetings. Because I'm not going to say the other mayor would have been better. The other lady was better. But you see what you had. And if you see something and you know it ain't no good and still keep it, you get what you deserve. You know, this is just fact. You know, this is what I think. Okay. Okay. Make sure I get your telephone number because I was supposed to call you and
Mr. Holmes, you've had my home number forever.
I don't have it now, sweetheart.
Okay. That's not my fault.
Well, I did. Can I get it again?
Yes, you can.
Well, write it down for me. We'll make sure.
Tammy Wheeler again. I have heard this so many years, and everybody is around and they're here. And it's sad that it makes you all look like the underdog. I'm just gonna keep it real, because you know he is the boss of operations, everyday operations. Everybody in this city know it. Everybody sitting in this room know it. If you know he is a problem, then get him up out of here. They got that mayor out of Richmond Heights, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so what's everybody's problem here? But it bothers me to see you all being bashed for stuff that he doing. And I'll tell you so. And I've never seen a mayor that walk around and don't speak to half of the residents. That's another thing. These attitudes, they ain't gonna get it. And I see a lot of bashing. We like to desecrate people's character and everything. I'm just gonna tell it like it is, because I don't work here. I'm just a resident here. But you know, if you all don't step forward, that goes for me and everybody else. Yep. If you don't step forward, somebody gonna have to do something. Because we barely can drive the streets out here. We barely can drive the streets. I'm not blaming y'all for that. But when somebody gets on a town meeting and says, oh, nobody's at fault, Who is it then? You are over everyday operations. You handle most of the money. He allocated money to y'all for what needs to be done, supposedly. If he doesn't allocate the money to you as a council, you're not aware of a lot of changes that is going on. And then when something happens, this is the first time you hear about it. You know what I'm saying? So we got to pay attention and comprehend what's being done and being said. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I don't have nothing against none of y'all. I've been here 31 years. And I'm going to admit to you, we're going to sell that property. I got to go. I have to go. Because in fact, I'm disgusted with the way we're living. They went up on the property taxes. I don't know if a couple of you guys' taxes went up. They went up on them. It's not worth it. They're not giving us nothing to be satisfied with. You understand what I'm saying? We're not getting anything in this city to feel comfortable and feel, you know, like we're being taken care of. I'm just going to tell it like it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. But without a change, somebody going to have to, Cleveland, somebody going to have to step in here. Somebody going to have to do something. If we don't take it upon ourselves to fight the problem, somebody got to do something. And a lot of y'all that sit here, if you ain't getting ready to move, you're going to move. But they don't have anything. They don't have no money to offer you. If your property needs to be fixed up, you got to figure out a way. You got to get a loan or whatever. It's not supposed to be that way. I've been here 30 years. They've been here longer than me, a lot of these people sitting here. It's got to be a change. I mean, I'm just saying. And like I said, I'm not blaming y'all, but somebody got to do something. It's mainly us, we the people. We got to do something about it. And y'all have to work with us, and we all got to come to a conclusion where what's best for the city, and not him. Thank you.
Amen for that.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Tamara McClellan. I live at 1829 Allendale. I have been a renter there up until I purchased my home at the last forfeited property sale. I want to say that I'm disgusted by the way the city is falling apart. Because of my situation, I bought here, and I'm not regretting that decision yet, and I hope I don't. I do want to say that the police response for things that they don't consider a big deal is terrible at this time. Yesterday and today I had to call the police because the apartment building next to me that the people have just now moved out of, there is a truckload of guys that came in there yesterday. They got dropped off. They spent the day in the building. Truck pulled up later. They loaded it up with hot water tank, furnace, whatever pipes, and off they went. The police never responded. I called before I came to this meeting tonight because they were over there again. Again, no response. I don't know the situation of the man that owns that building now, other than what I've heard, that his wife is, you know, not doing well. You know, the building's falling apart at this point. But that man worked and provided a home for people for years. Why do people feel that they have the right to walk in and tear apart somebody else's property? And why do we feel like it's okay? Most people don't call because they don't want to get involved.
What's the address?
That's 1817 Allendale is the apartment building. But I'm seeing them in everything around me. They were in the other house next to me. I called the police. I wrote down the license plate. This is how slick that guy was that was stealing from that house. I pulled up in my driveway. I said, "What are you doing over there?" He said, "Oh, I saw this on the porch." I said, "If you saw that on the porch, how did you kick the door in? I mean, why did you kick? The door was boarded, so you had to go in the house to kick it open to get the stuff out." And he was taking all the pipes out. He dropped him in the yard. He got in his car. He backed up like 70 miles an hour up the street so I couldn't see his plate. Okay, so I called the police. I waited. He came back, this time with somebody else, a temporary tag over his back license plate. So I couldn't see his plate. Well, all I did was walk around the front and got the plate, called, gave him the temporary tag number and the plate number off that car. He was gone by the time the police came. They said, all we can do is charge him with trespassing. Nobody owns that house, so we can't charge them with anything other than trespassing.
Wow.
It's terrible. Today, I went to drive, I was out here on Euclid, and I went to go down Wymore because my daughter's friend used to live in that apartment building down there. It's empty now. So I go, Wymore to Ellerwood. Can't do it. There's so much junk in the street, you can't even pass through the street. How is that right here that you cannot go around a city street because there's so much junk? Nobody in the service department has noticed that? The police department hasn't patrolled Elderwood to see that? If a snowplow would have went down there, it would have plowed all that stuff out the street. But it's still sitting there. These things cannot happen. It's got to get better. There's got to be some way to make this stuff get better. You know, like I said, I don't want to regret the decision to buy my house because it's a fantastic deal that I got. But, you know, it's taken care of. And I also want to second the thing about the flag. It's disgusting when you drive by and it's not there. It's terrible. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Well, that was a mouthful.
Let me say a little bit.
Here.
I got it. I
I'm
want to go on the YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel is going to talk about the traffic light situation down there and how proud we are of Councilor Martin coming up and stepping up to the plate and standing up in the middle of the street to draw attention to the fact that inside that little box, all somebody has to do is flip the switch. Now, that ties in with this courtroom where hundreds of people can come here on a regular day. There'll be hundreds of people, both sides, with these little traffic tickets. They're about $200–300 depending upon what you get busted on. So you do the math. We got about 100 people I saw them go through at about $200–300 a ticket. What are they getting them for? They're getting them for it's a rolling stop. They're driving through a flashing red light, a stop sign. So the reason I want to go on the YouTube channel was to tell people that there's still hope, because we've been working hard to try and get the mayor to speak. I don't know what the 5 reporters here, but the other reporters really want to talk to him. Yeah, they really want to talk to him about what's going on and how we can get that switch. Because I talked at the RTA board meeting about how bad it is for the buses who are coming through that light to try and get through, and how much praise I have for the drivers down there at Hayden Garage. But thank you, Councilor Martin, because you stood up. You showed the people what you're all about and helping people.
Thank you.
My turn? Somebody else.
Do you have a turn? Are you a resident?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yes. Hello, Honorable City Council. I came to City Hall today to pay my business occupancy license. And quite frankly, it really disturbed me and hurt my heart to see the shape of this City Hall, this building. And I've been here a long time. I've been through many mayors. And I think this is the worst that I've ever seen this building or this city. And it's just the truth. If the city administration would come to my business and I had all those wires and all that stuff around, and they close me down. They tell me, hey, get it together, Brother McCoy, you're not going to get your occupancy license. They're going to shut me down. I'm just shocked at the deplorable condition of City Hall. So if the deplorable condition of City Hall is of such, then of course the city must be in a real deplorable condition. And City Council, I stand here in earnest. I don't see how this city is going to make it. I see this city is in a sinkhole like none other that I've seen in all my years, and I just I think it's time to prepare for another alternative, whatever that might be. And it is astonishing to me that and I'm not beating up on anybody, but it's astonishing to me that the mayor of this city seems like he's running and hiding. You can't run and hide from this condition. You must be out in the street and at least working it. You got to be like a captain on a ship.
That's right.
You can't jump off the ship. You got to ride it. You got to ride it to the end. And it seems like to me, Mayor Norton has jumped off the ship. He seemed like a captain that had jumped off the ship. And I wish he was here so I could encourage him that he is the captain of this ship. And whether we sink or we're able to save some people, he must stay as captain of the ship and see that the residents at least get a fair share. But if he jumps off, which it appears that he has jumped off, then he's leaving the residents to swim and sink like the Titanic.
Exactly.
And so this is what bothers me about leadership. Helen S. Brown, we know that he loved the seniors dance and all that, but when the center was falling down, why didn't the captain at least step up? Why did he have to wait till it fell down? If you're going to be the captain of the ship, be strong until the end. Don't be like the man that fiddled while Rome burned. They said, hey, I'm finished. They said, hey, Rome is burning. What are you going to do? He continued to fiddle. Kind of remind me of Mayor Norton at this point. I love him. I supported him. I was happy. A young man coming to the city. Oh, he's going to uplift the city. We need some young blood in here.
Yeah, you got it.
But I tell you the truth. Out of all the mayors that I've been through, I don't want to say that. I'm not here to beat up on nobody. All I'm telling you this is that when I came through City Hall today and I saw the condition of this building, and in closing I'll say this, if the condition of this building is this bad, how in the heck is the jail down there? That's just, it gotta be, if the building is deplorable, the jail has to be atrocious. Listen, I didn't come here for gloom and doom. I came here for reality. And so that's the way I see it. Maybe you all see it through rose-colored glasses. But that's the way I see it. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
You just saw the city falling down, brother. It's falling down for the last 20 years.